This is Sound Off 60.
I want to make sure that the best team is the champion.
Yeah.
I want to play.
And that's key.
If that tournament comes up with this is the best team, I'm for that.
Southwest Louisiana's premier sports talk television show.
With me?
Hey.
Without me? All
That
right.
might be the dumbest argument we've ever had.
You
I
are
like
the
the way he
most
does that.
idiotic imbecile if you thought that argument did not have merit.
Look.
Did not.
All right,
McCarran.
So you're talking about my LSU quarterback?
Yeah.
But you put
With me? Without me?
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Here are the boys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Quarterbacks are taking snaps, balls are flying, people are tackling. We got football, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We're ready.
Well, right before the show.
You call it football?
We have football.
You know,
Footballs are in the air. We have football.
Preseason
We
is
have
kind of a-
August college football and we have NFL exhibition football.
Preseason for
I'm
school.
not quite ready to say we have football yet, but we're still in what Spurrier calls the talking season, and we can talk.
All right, well,
We may not can walk, but we can
okay.
talk.
He
Kevin,
does it every year, Rick. He does it
straighten him out.
every year, Rick.
You get out there in 105 degrees and have one of those defensive linemen chase you around and throw you on the ground.
It's serious.
We have football.
It's not playtime.
Okay.
It's football.
I didn't
We
say
have
it
no doubt about
was
it.
easy. I just said it wasn't football.
Football's here. We got preseason
We do.
game
And I'd
week one
break
already
his
underway.
neck if he tried.
Drills, everybody's in camp, so let's kind of dig into it, guys. Welcome to Jack Daniel's at LaBerge Casino. Before we get going, special guest later on in the show, Scott Mesh, local guy that did a great job with the
young
South Lake
kids.
Charles
Yes.
Little League All-Stars. Got him this close.
Yes. Yes.
This close to going to Williams.
our name is
we'll,
still out
we'll
there,
talk
though. That's
to
a good thing.
Coach Mesh about the South
Yeah.
Lake Charles team and the regional and the wins and the losses and getting that close to the
Yes.
Little League World Series. It was a great run for those boys. All right, first off, we're going to talk Black and Gold New Orleans Saints because they
It's a
actually
good topic.
played
Yeah,
a
good
game,
topic.
even though it was preseason.
Yeah.
A win is
Without
a win.
Drew Brees.
But you
Without
get to
Drew
see
Brees, but
what
they
they
won.
can do.
Yeah, a little
and,
bit.
And let me just say for the record, maybe
For
you
the
guys-
record. Now, wait a minute.
For the
wait,
record.
when you say other things on this show, it's not
You know,
for the
this
record.
is on
This
television.
Is for the
This
record.
is. But
You can't
for the
really
record,
go off
I guess,
the record.
I guess
Just wanna
I
get
want
that
to
straight.
make a point, a specific point about an issue that I think is going to be a great talking point for throughout the rest of the year for the New Orleans Saints.
That would be?
The rookie, Cook.
Yeah, Cook, Mr. Brandon Cook.
Let me just say this
You
for
had
the
to be
record.
impressed with him. I will give you that one.
Impressed, I don't think it's really being that generous.
That, and I'm not going to eat crow yet, but I'm going to say, well, maybe there's a chance for Mark Ingram.
Maybe.
Okay, Scooter, and that was my next topic. But let me say this, Cook. You don't even, Cooks.
Plural.
You don't even have Drew Brees in the lineup.
I know.
And people are finding you open. Can you imagine this scenario when Drew Brees gets hooked into the offense
Because
and this kid?
he can throw you open.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But let me say this, guys. I was impressed. A young kid, that young, to pick up and to know where he's at, to start and stop and pivot, and you go 35 yards for a touchdown?
You saw the
You
move.
kidding me?
You saw the
You kidding
move.
me, right?
You saw that move.
That's an ankle breaker.
That was
Man,
that
look.
was impressive.
Look, if they can get
Athletically,
this kid plugged
physically,
in,
that was impressive. And
Oh,
that's
Rick.
what I think what Peyton and everybody else kind of wants to see is the physicality and how they can block, tackle, catch balls, and run.
This-
We're not, defenses out there in preseason, Kevin, you know that. They're not going to show everything.
No,
It's a lot of reserves.
No, they won't. But
It's the physical nature of these
But we're
players
talking
and how
about
good they can
physical athleticism.
be. Yeah.
You can't hide that.
And to your point of Mark Ingram, he showed a burst. He showed
did.
good
He
vision.
did.
He showed power. So he
And
showed these things
As much as we try to ignore preseason games,
to a degree.
for as far as win-loss, even to a degree, the drives. That's what you saw
Yeah.
with this first-round draft pick, athleticism.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah.
that you could see.
Yeah,
No
I
doubt.
like the catch in
And-
traffic too for the
And
first
we
down.
talked about Mark Ingram when he first got there, and we knew he was a different guy at Alabama. We all knew that. But it seems like somebody's been in his ear to say, hey, Mark, you know what, dude? It's time to get it rolling, get it started. Because that wasn't the same guy I looked at a year ago. I'm sorry. It wasn't. Not afraid to take a hit, Not afraid to run over somebody.
I think what's
that's
in
not
his
the same
ear.
guy I remember.
I think what's in his ear.
I don't
is
think
Kyrie
he was
Robinson
ever.
is in his ear.
I guarantee you it is.
He's got
But
competition.
I don't think he was afraid to run over anybody. I just don't think he could run over
Yeah.
anybody. I mean, what is your worst nightmare?
Well-
3rd and 1, and they give Ingram the ball up the middle.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know he's going to get 35 inches.
Yeah.
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 Okay, yes,
Yeah.
good. So I guess to say this, guys, and when you look at the Saints, I'm not getting all excited because that's your boys, Rick. I know you know, but let me just say, man, I was impressed. I mean, it's
Look,
preseason.
I'm tempering it.
but
I'm
I
just
was
look, we got a
impressed.
peek. We
I
got
was
a little
impressed.
peek under the tent.
I was
without
impressed, Rick.
Breeze, without Kenny Stills,
ran
without
the
a
ball,
number of players.
They ran the ball
Effectively.
well,
Yeah.
and they shut down the run.
Yeah.
Now
So,
they gave
yeah.
up some yards in the
Yeah,
secondary.
but
In
that
passing,
was
in passing,
that
they did.
was
They did.
Little
that was
miscues, little
Well,
miscommunication.
that was also. I don't think you'll see a lot of that second half secondary when the season
Yeah.
starts.
Yeah.
Sean Payton, 2 things that I heard post game was no turnovers, too
Yeah.
many penalties, a little sloppiness. So,
Yeah.
but the no turnovers. Look, in preseason, with it being sloppy on the other side, you want those guys to create or grab, and that's one of the big Saints defensive mantras of this
It is.
year. They've got to get more turnovers. I
Turnovers
think
is
the
key
number
for
last
them.
year was
Was a little bit lower than what it
22
has
or
been.
something
Yeah.
like that.
Seemed like
That's
didn't they
pretty
go
high.
like 3 games without one or something?
They
last year
went
or
through a
something
lot of
like that?
games without any turnovers. And that's
No, I mean,
critical in the
3
NFL.
straight.
3 straight without a turnover. So, look, I don't think there's a concern with Drew Brees. I don't know anything about oblique muscles. That's why Dr. Brett Cassio is coming on the show next week to maybe educate us on
I
the
think
oblique.
it's a stomach muscle.
Well, I
or
thought it
your
was like
side.
here.
Yeah, some
know,
right
now,
about there,
ironically-
or so somewhere.
Ironically, the South
Right
Lake
above
Charles
the hip
coach
area.
Scott Mesh is a physical therapist.
Yeah,
He
well,
might be
that's
able
good.
to help us out.
He may
a
be
little
able
bit.
to. We may
But
not.
that
That's the
oblique,
question.
isn't it like this muscle here or something like that?
We're gonna find out. I don't want to not say.
You got obliques. They're under all that fat you got, Hobbs.
My formal training is in neurosurgery.
Oh, is it?
so I'm
Okay.
not sure.
Play one on TV.
Yeah, Scooter, yeah.
Anyway, look, they're gonna
No, but I
have
was
Breeze
impressed.
ready
Who
to
are you
go.
calling fat anyway?
Oh,
All right, Kevin, you have some.
Oh,
Whoa,
kind of touched the nerve.
man,
touched
not
the
really
nerve. He said,
self-deprecating
"Ooh,
tonight,
I
are you?
think I'm
Touch
in
the
pretty good
nerve, man.
shape.
I didn't say
if
fat.
I think you are.
Did
Scooter.
I
No,
say
think you are.
fat?
I
No, he
thought
didn't say
you
fat.
did. I thought I
said
heard
no,
the
no,
word.
no. I said you have obliques under that fat that you have. We all have fat. I didn't say you had an abundance
Oh,
of
now
fat.
you put it
Yeah.
that way.
Put it
Okay.
that way.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Okay.
qualify it, okay?
Pretty good, Rick.
Now, when it
Pretty
comes
good.
to-
I got me pretty
there you
good
go.
shape here.
Now, when it
Rick.
comes to an abundance of fat along the obliques, that would be your playing partner on the other side.
I'm not even.
No, I
they
gotta
can
give
look
it
and
to
see. I'm pretty good. Okay.
Kevin's still
I'm
in
pretty
playing
good.
shape.
Yeah, I am. Scooter, tell
Kevin,
it.
the secret is out. That's why you wear those sport coats a lot. Because those sport coats, that's why, come on, man, the secret is out.
And they
That's-
have a functional spa here at LaBerge.
They
I
do.
know.
They
do.
do.
They
Obviously,
do.
Mr. Guidry's
Very
not
well.
using it. All right,
Very
we've had
well.
enough. We've had enough giggles.
Okay.
All right. We want to get into LSU. They had media
Yeah.
day or fan day over the weekend.
Sunday.
Next segment, we're going to talk LSU Tigers. We got the McNeese Cowboys. They're like 4 workouts as of
Yeah.
today, Monday, on our show production. They got 4 workouts in the book, so to speak. We'll get into some of the Cowboy interesting coaching angle going on out with the blue and gold with J.C. Harper. We'll talk about that
Yes,
a little bit later
yes,
on in
yes,
the show.
yes.
First break of the night. We'll pause right here. Come back with LSU. We heard from the quarterbacks.
Probably
Did
the
you get
last
your feel?
time.
That's the last time. We'll get your
That's
you'll
it.
get your insights on the quarterback situation with the LSU Tigers.
Yes.
When we come back to Jack
Scooter's
Daniels
got all
in
the
about
answers.
2 minutes. Stay right here.
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort.
Miller invented light beer, the original 96-calorie Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lights, we invented light beer, and you're welcome.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our two stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Casio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Casio is the official sports medicine physician of Soundoff 60.
What is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own. For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair, the comfort you've been wishing for.
I am saddened to say and saddened to announce that the very last pool party is this week.
It is this Thursday.
I didn't realize it was coming that quickly.
Quick. Well, school opens
just
Wednesday.
when it's starting to cool off.
School actually opens Wednesday. So that's
Weezer.
That's kind of what it is. Weezer.
On stage at the pool party Thursday night, it's Weezer, okay? Very popular. I mean, they're out of the woodwork. The fans are coming out. They want Weezer tickets.
Weezer must not be for old geezers.
Apparently not.
It's a young crowd. It's a young crowd. It is.
Come out and just rock and roll your hearts out this Thursday out at the Lazy River, out at the Giant Pools here at L'Auberge Casino. It's the final pool party of the season. And it will be a blowout one indeed. Later on in the show, we'll talk about a big country concert coming to the special event center here at L'Auberge Casino.
That's going to be a big concert, too.
Very big. But big. Uber big.
On the Weezer tickets for Thursday, let me just say we had a count as of today. It's only a few left. So if you don't have any tickets, please get them now because Thursday.
They have a limit.
Right around the corner.
I mean, they got that whole area out there.
But fire marshal says we have to have a limit, Scooter.
It's outside.
Hobbs doesn't believe in following rules, you know. It's just,
we want to follow the rules. Don't want to what Scooter said. But fire marshal said we have to have a limit.
Yeah.
So we have only a few left, but tickets are selling like hotcakes. Okay. So please get your tickets.
Thursday night. All right, guys.
Don't want anybody to miss
LSU Tigers media/fan day. What was the mood? Optimistic. Everybody's happy. Everybody's joy.
I've never seen such optimism.
You've never seen so much optimism?
Well, I mean, they've had years where they were set and everything. But I guess, you know,
the quarterback position.
I still have never seen a team that is openly admitting for the last 6 months true freshmen are going to start. Everywhere.
Yeah.
And
repeat those two words though.
True. Freshman.
Big difference between true and a redshirt.
Yes,
freshman.
it is. Yes, it is. True freshman.
I've been skeptical of that. And after being over there, after seeing some of these specimens, after listening to mostly Cam Cameron talk about it, after listening to Brandon Harris, the freshman quarterback, speak, and that young man is well-spoken.
Now, if Scooter said that,
I can't believe, and you know, well, the quarterback, maybe they'll have to lift that rule, but you may not be able to talk to him the rest of the year. if they stick with the true freshman can't speak to the media. That kid is more prepared to speak to the media than any of the seniors on the team.
Yeah.
But anyway, I guess I came away from that whole experience kind of a little bit drinking the Kool-Aid that you can get away with true freshmen if they're that good, blah, blah, blah. I probably will get over it before the season starts and get a little bit skeptical again. But
it's
driving back from media day yesterday, I kind of found myself, well, maybe that's not so crazy to think, you know, that you can win and win big with true freshmen. And I expect there will be a minimum 5 or 6 probably starting and a bunch more.
You're getting drunk on the Kool-Aid.
Look.
You're getting drunk on the
4
Kool-Aid.
or 5
Hobbs.
maybe,
Come
if you
on.
count Leonard Fournette. And
Depends on where
when
they are.
When I say starting,
positions.
you know, I don't mean a top 22, you know, you're talking a top 20, you know, with nickelbacks and all that.
Oh, okay.
And Cam Cameron, the offensive coordinator, kept pointing out, and what people are forgetting is they had a lot of true freshmen, as many as did play last year, who could have played but weren't needed last year.
Right.
And he said, you know, there was no reason and people have kind of, you know, forgotten them. Guys like an Avery Peterson, who I think Patrick Peterson's younger brother, who I believe was injured last year. The only reason he didn't play more. And some defensive linemen that, you know, had been.
All right, let's cut to the chase. Of the true freshmen, I think I know what the answer is, but you talk about specimen. Which one caught both of your eyes? Because you've spent some time there as well, Kevin.
Yeah.
Which one caught your eye from the, quote,
Fournette.
specimen?
Fournette.
Scooter's got to be right about that.
I mean, he
There's no high school kid
he
that's
looks
built like
the
him.
part, I'll put it that way.
Okay, I just want to.
Scooter can tell you.
He doesn't look like any freshman I ever
If you
saw.
see him with his shirt off, you're going to say, kid's not a freshman.
Well,
Sorry.
I didn't have that pleasure.
No,
Exactly where did you see him with his shirt on?
No, Scooter, no. When you look at this kid, I don't know what it is, what's the game plan, or how they're going to use him or whatever, but when you look at him, like Scooter said, he fits the part.
Right.
He doesn't look like a freshman.
Not only that.
I've never seen a high school kid come out looking like that.
talking with him,
I've never.
I've got to, and I think this, and I'm not talking about football. But
I've never.
He and Brandon Harris both seem to be very mature beyond their years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not just physically.
Yeah.
Now Brandon Harris, he might get broke in half.
Yeah.
Because he's still pretty skinny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
But
is.
he's tall.
He's
He's like
tall.
6'3".
He's like 6'3".
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like 6'3".
Here's what I mean by getting drunk on the Kool-Aid, so to speak, and there's a lot of time. These guys open up with Wisconsin. Now, you're poo-pah in the Big Ten, but this is a solid Badger team that has proven itself during the regular season, and this is not Sam Houston State now. Nothing against the Southland. This is not UL Monroe. These are the Wisconsin Badgers at Reliance Stadium.
Yes.
And they're going to have a lot of LSU fans because there's a lot of LSU alumni. And
I'll be one of them that'll be
in.
down there.
But this is a tough opener with all these
definitely.
true freshmen.
But you know,
all of them
Wisconsin
have been tough openers.
Wisconsin,
You know?
well, every other year for sure. Well, last year too.
Yeah.
Wisconsin doesn't know who their quarterback will be either. They have the same thing going
Okay.
LSU.
Right.
does.
Okay.
You know,
I'm not only
just
talking about
pointing that
quarterbacks,
out.
Scooter. You're saying 5, 6, 4 true freshmen in different spots.
Yeah.
Wherever they are.
I mean, that's just the starting game.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
as the season goes on, I think you're going to see more.
I give
Rick,
pause. I
Rick,
give pause for that.
Rick,
I do.
the
I'm
thing that I
sorry.
want to say that maybe we hadn't had a chance to actually look at and kind of dissect and give our woes on it or whatever, but Cam Cameron is the type of coach, me, and I've always wanted a coach like that, to look at the type of athletic ability that you have on your team and know how to put different pieces of the puzzle in place to make it work. Most coaches say, well, this is the system we're going to run, this is what we're going to live and die by, it's got to be this.
Right.
Cam Cameron's not that. He will move people to make this. I mean, look, when you look at Zach, the quarterback, everybody knows that he wasn't mobile, but Cam knew what this kid did to make that offense work.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to look at.
And I really think that's what they. Mettenberger may be the last true drop back, immobile quarterback we
Scooter
see.
said it, I didn't.
at LSU.
Scooter said it, I didn't. Now.
But you know, that said, I'm sure if they could have him back one more year. Okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll take him, Scooter.
We'll wait one more year for this
him.
total transformation.
But Scooter's right. I mean, people looking at what people do, and you know, it's coming to the point to where use what you've got and make it work for you, because this is what the kid's skill set is. Let's use it. Let's use it.
I think you will see some read option and stuff like that. I mean, you know, Mettenberger wasn't going to run any read option.
No.
You know, and you will see that this year.
No, I'm not getting drunk on the Big Ten, all right, Kool-Aid, if you will. But this isn't Iowa, okay? And this isn't Purdue.
Right.
And okay, they might have a quarterback situation, all right? But still, they're in the upper tier of the Big Ten. All right, would we agree to that?
And you're right.
This is going to be a great gauge for the LSU.
I think it will be.
Great
and
gauge.
the problem that comes in, I think we're probably analyzing the season opener a little too early, too thoroughly.
All right, you're probably right.
But I mean, how does an SEC team, you know, whip up on a Big Ten team? They use their athleticism.
That's what they do.
Skill position.
Right.
And you know, that's, you know, and you can't line up and play Big Ten football against them and just let the quarterbacks hand the ball off all game. You've got to get your athletes involved.
Look,
and to do that, your quarterback's got to do it.
I caution Scooter, again, I'm not a college football follower like you two guys, but are you living in the past a bit too much now? When I mean past, in your characterization of Big Ten football, that's
stereotyping, but not that much.
But I think it's
Iowa look just like what I think of Big Ten football.
Iowa's in the bottom tier.
I think it's stayed true.
I think they're the bottom tier of the
they're
Big
not.
Ten. At least middle tier.
10-2 last year.
Middle tier. But come on.
Well, going into the bowl game, they were 10-2.
All right.
Beat them piss out of Nebraska.
It's changing. It's changing.
It's changing, Rick. But
it's changing.
Well, they're trying to change it. I don't know that they have. I mean, some places can. Ohio State can. They
We're
can
going to
get
find
the
out.
athletes.
We're going to find. I'm just saying it'll be a great gauge and a great barometer game for the LSU Tigers.
And it may be a great gauge, but you know, you got to get off this fence thing. You know, you're going to either be for my Tigers or not. You can't be like.
I'm just tempering.
It ain't about being for the Tigers or
I'm
not.
just tempering.
You're either going to be in the media or you're not. Okay?
Oh, he's not.
Okay.
Oh, he's not.
Okay.
He's ready to cheer in the press box.
Don't be like on the fence with my Tigers.
This is not a pep rally. Do you hear me, Tiger?
We got the
It's
bell.
not a pep rally.
We'll take a short
right now,
pause.
Scooter.
We're going to stay on football. The McNeese Cowboys and the August drills are well underway.
Yeah.
We'll get into the blue and gold. We'll segue off black and gold, purple and gold. Now we're ready for blue and gold. Stay right here. We'll be right back.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford, Douglas Parkway in Sulphur.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
Choosing your doctors and healthcare professionals is an important and personal decision, and one that you should feel totally comfortable with. Hello, I'm Dr. Trisa Guidry, and I'd like to welcome you to our clinic, where your health and well-being is our top priority. I'm a board-certified OBGYN and a graduate of LSU. My dedicated staff and I would like to invite you to call for a consultation and appointment. You will experience the trust, comfort, and medical treatments you deserve. We are Dr. Trisa Guidry.
South Lake Charles Little League is coming up in the next segment. Their head coach, Scott Mesh, will join us, talk about their run toward Williamsport in the regional playoffs out in Texas, Texas East, Texas West, Oklahoma, and all those teams intertwined there. We'll get into that in the next segment. Let's keep it on football. Let's talk to McNeese Cowboys and their August drills. There's a quarterback battle between Tyler Bolfing and
That's all we're talking
Will
about.
Briscoe.
That's all we're talking about.
And
Quarterbacks are key guys tonight.
There's a lot of quarterback stuff going on. Much like you had your first little exposure to Daniels or to Brandon Harris, I had my first interview process with Daniel Sams. Same thing.
Really?
Very mature, Said all the right things, well-spoken, humble, know what kind of situation he's getting in. And one key thing
he's a little bit of a veteran, too.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, he is.
He's been
he
there.
Is.
He's
he
been
is,
there.
Scooter. You're right about that.
But what struck me with Daniel Sams is, in some of my line of questioning, you know how I can be sometimes. I'll just kind of keep prying. And keep
you
digging.
do that a lot.
I know. I apologize, Kevin.
Yeah.
But one of the things that came out was, I'm not a Kansas State Wildcat anymore. I'm not Kansas State anymore. I'm here. I'm focused on this locker room, this field, and what I do. I've left Kansas State. I'm not coming in here with this mystique of Big 12. And look,
well, let me
got
ask
a resume in Big 12.
Did he say? I mean, he was going to start in the Big 12 at wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he chose to play quarterback. Did he say why you give up a starting job in the Big 12?
Wants to be a quarterback. Simple as that. He's better suited, in his mind, better suited for quarterback. Really? And which I didn't realize. Again, I don't have that backdrop of knowledge, Kansas State. But whatever the other quarterback, and his name escapes me, Jake something or other, he was selected as a starter. Yeah, so they were going with him primarily and not going to
And I don't know what their situation is now, but when I think of Kansas State offenses, I think of mobile quarterbacks.
You do, and the ones in the past that they've had,
the kind he's supposed to be.
I agree.
That Big D's fans are excited about.
I know. So he wanted to play quarterback, and it was McNeese the whole way, and it happened. So again, he said the right things, and he's mature about it, and knows, unlike what you want to give him the starting mantle. Although I asked him point blank.
Right.
You don't lead Big 12 in Kansas State and not expect
that's his goal, Rick,
to be a
no
starter.
Doubt.
And he concurred with that. Look, he wants to be the
doubt.
starter of the football team, but knows he's going to have to work for it and earn it.
Right.
So that's good to hear.
Well, let me ask you a question, Rick. Looking at the kid, you had a chance to visit with him and see him. Physically, what does he look like? I mean, tell me his body build.
Oh, he didn't look as good as you, but that's not fair.
Thank you, Scooter.
You can see his obliques. He's listed 6'2",
a little more information.
200, 205. Not one of those chiseled guys. He's not a big Tim Tebow chisel guy.
Right.
But 6'2" is a good size.
6'2" is a good size.
200, 205.
Yeah.
And obviously, he's, another thing that struck me was the McNeese offense is not a slight against Viator's offense, but the McNeese offense is not as complicated by any means as of Kansas State.
Right.
Apparently, Kansas State had a bit more complexity.
Well,
and he said this was very quick to easy.
I would have thought
pick
Kansas State's was pretty simple.
According to him, it is.
Well, Matt said that when we had him on the show last week. He said, he's picked up the offense very well.
Good IQ.
So that's
good IQ.
So that
and he got the whole.
I think they've got plans for the kid.
He got the whole
honestly,
story from from the family, from B.J. Sams, from an uncle that has ties here to McNeese State, and he knew the history of McNeese, and he feels very, very comfortable here. This is look, they've got guys coming off injury. We're talking about the Cowboys now at the wide receiver position, and man, they're just loaded at running back. They are loaded at running back, and when you can run the ball, and you got legitimately 4 guys, okay, and then you got a quarterback, be it Bolfing or Sams. You got a lot of weapons just in that backfield.
My whole thing is, and I don't know it to be true because the season hadn't started yet, but looking at McNeese right now, you would think that they would probably just outscore a lot of opponents if the defense sometimes may give up a few touchdowns. By the presence that they've got at running back, and possibly to have, look at the experience that you could possibly have at quarterback.
I know.
Seriously.
And a solid offensive line and a replacement tight end that's on the preseason second team All Southland after losing Nick Jacobs, who's now trying to make the Saints squad. I find that interesting. I don't know. We're going to see.
I tell you what.
This defense has a lot of, they're filling in some holes.
Yeah.
They got a transfer
That's why
filling
I
in
said
defensive line. They've got pockets where they got returning, but they don't have the depth yet in secondary.
Let me ask this, Rick.
And that's been their Achilles heel at times, giving up that 20-yarder out of the backfield.
And you talk a lot to Matt on a lot of different issues when it comes to getting kids, transfers, and those type things. If this Sams kid works out like people are looking for him to work out, and if it goes as planned, do you think that might be something that Matt may look into a little bit more so?
You mean transfers?
Yeah.
I think
Because he
you know,
said on the show,
they have had more
Kevin,
in
he
the
said
past.
he said we know it's a good idea when you can get those kids, but he said some schools like the Southeasterns, they've lived on this and they've made a commitment to do it.
It's like
But-
this is uncharted territory for McNeese. I think what Matt was saying, if you have an obvious hole, maybe you look for it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know, you almost wait on them to fall in your lap, and you don't turn them down. But you don't want to go all in with this.
Right.
You heard him last week on the show.
Yeah.
Wasn't it last
And
week he was on the
that's-
show?
and that's kinda what I was
Last week it
saying.
was, we're going to cherry pick and we're going to be involved in that.
Right,
but
right.
we need to build from recruiting, and we're not
Right.
going all, as Scooter,
Right.
all in. And all what that number is all in, I don't know.
And he's
10, 12,
yeah.
that's a lot.
And he said it though. He said, Kevin, he said some schools it worked for us, like the Southeastern, it's worked for them.
Yeah.
So I mean, I know what you're saying, but could this just be something to say, whoa, wait a minute?
Look, this is his 9th year.
Yeah.
And in any level of football, you got to win, and you got to win now. And,
You do.
and to your point, if you got a hole,
That's my
and you
point.
can make your team better, you got to go out and fill that hole.
That's my
And
point
You
that
fill
I'm
it
trying to
with,
And those
with
holes
JUCO,
are going
or you fill it with
happen.
transfer.
Yeah, they're going to happen. You're going to have those holes.
Yeah.
I mean, particularly, you know, at the CS level,
Yeah.
you know, with fewer scholarships, you're going to have those holes.
And if you can't find that talent, then you're going to have to make it up
You do,
off
Rick.
your
You
within
have to.
your own roster, and maybe help cover for it by playing different guys and something like that. So
You
know,
said-
it's not uncharted. It's not uncharted. They do take transfers, and I think they'll have a huge impact this year.
But before we
They'll
go,
be
you said a
huge.
key word. You have to win.
Well, yeah, you know, and now you look, and Matt has won.
Yeah.
And there are some people over the last couple of years have the rumblings of, is it time to look
Yeah.
elsewhere?
Yeah.
Can he really take this program to the next level?
This
There's
could
been
possibly
questions.
be one of those years to where if they've got the right person at the right position doing the right thing, I mean, we could see a whole different McNeese team. here.
Okay, they're
A whole
excited
different
about
team.
some
I'm
of this
excited
young
about the
talent
quarterback
in the
position.
secondary. They're excited about some defensive line. This Brian Hine, who's a JUCO transfer, and the motor that he has. And obviously, they're excited about Nate Holmes and Derek Milton out of the SEC transfers out of the backfield. It'll be Saturday. Everybody will get a glimpse. They're the first of 2 preseason inter-squad scrimmages. Now, will LSU hold inter-squad scrimmages, and are they open?
Oh, yeah. No,
Refresh
they're
me.
not open.
Okay, I forgot. I thought the scrimmages were open.
Blasphemy, you say.
Well, no, I know practices.
Good.
We know
better than that.
You don't know those
You
are
know better
state
than that.
secrets?
Rick, why would you even say
yeah,
that?
they'll have-
you
they'll
know better
have
than
plenty
that.
of
No, you can't do that.
And nothing's open.
No.
Nothing's open.
And Miles will make up the stats in the press
Yeah.
conference.
I like that.
after.
Make up the stats. Just say, okay, my quarterback did this, my other
Oh,
guy
I
did
want
that.
to say he was.
Scooter. Yeah.
I never figured out, you know, the quarterbacks will be, I want to say they were 18 for 21, and then a defensive back will have, he had about 9 pass breakups. I'm saying, wait a minute, that doesn't add up.
That doesn't add up. Up
Come
against
on,
the
Scooter.
clock again. All right,
too
after
funny,
this short
man.
pause, we'll go to baseball. We'll talk about South Lake Charles
Yeah.
Little League All-Stars when we come back to Jack Daniels here at LaBerge Casino.
We are worldwide, 365 and 24/7 at soundoff60.com. Soundoff 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Back after this break.
Gold. It's the color of quality, the color of taste, the color of a true Pilsner. Let your eyes drink it in. When you want a real light beer, it's Miller time.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Soundoff 60.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our 2 stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
Dig in. Because after a few icy seconds, you'll discover the light beer brewed for 21 days. And that's time well spent. When you want a real light beer, it's Miller time.
All right, welcome back to Sound Off 60. We're here at Jack Daniels, as we normally are at LaBerge Casino. We're going to shift gears a little bit away from football into Little League Baseball. The South Lake Charles All-Star team. We had the head coach, Scott Mesh, here. Scott, local physical therapist, Southwest Sports and Rehab, offices in Lake Charles and Sulphur. There's your commercial.
There you go.
No billing, no check in the mail, but we want to get that.
We want to take care of you. He could be head coach and trainer.
There you go. I like that, Mr. Hobbs. That's why we have you on this show.
Save money. They didn't need a trainer.
They didn't need a trainer. They had Scott Mesh on the sideline.
Yeah.
Congratulations over showing the obvious question, but I know you can read more into it. The emotional back and forth for you, getting that close. Hard-fought loss, getting to that edge, if you will, to earn a berth to Williamsport in the Little League World Series, okay, but not getting there. You're hurt, your disappointment, and the players and the young kids, and they're hurt and they're disappointed.
Yeah, it's been difficult. It was a very big roller coaster beginning Monday night when we didn't think we were going to get in even after we beat Oklahoma.
Yeah,
it was a high and low, and then we come back and we have the great win against New Mexico. We were ecstatic, really excited and pumped up. We didn't play our best game. We didn't really get any breaks against Texas East. I know the kids are real upset. For us, we're upset, but we know that. I mean, it has been tough, and then it's all over the TV. Constantly, so you can't not turn on ESPN and see it.
I know, and I love it. It doesn't even matter if it's not the local team playing. If those Little League games are on, I'm watching. At first, I said, well, that's not right. They shouldn't put these 12-year-olds on. But if it's on, I'm watching it. How aware, and I guess it was only, when you got out of pool play that they were on TV, right?
No, we were actually, first 3 pool play games, we were on the Longhorn Network. And they interviewed all the kids, and they made a big production out of it. So after those 3 games, I think the kids because when they came back to the hotel, they could watch it on the computer. I think they really felt like it was ESPN already. So I think it kind of got used to.
But so when you get out of pool play and those other 2 games were on national television.
For me, it was a big deal.
How aware were the kids?
The kids weren't really that aware.
Really?
Because, they were seeing kids make the ESPN Sports Center plays of the day when they were on the Longhorn Network. So I don't know that they were really aware of the scope of it was going from tens of thousands of people to millions of people. And I was. I certainly was. They told us in every meeting.
TV, you got, in the dugout during a game, you can't pick your nose, man. Not to say you did, but you never know when a cutaway shot's going to happen.
Look, if you seen what some of the coaches did, Scott was good, okay?
The coaches were wired for sound.
I was mic'd. I tried to get my assistant, Pat Milligan, mic'd, and they wouldn't do it. I kept on him and on him. He was getting nervous. And then I wanted LaRocca mic'd, and he didn't want to do it either. So it was pretty fun.
Scott, but we're all just so proud of the guys and everything from here, man. What a great job. I guess my biggest question, Scott, when you have kids along that age group of 12 years old, what's the biggest factor in keeping them focused on what's in front of them? Normally when you've got kids a lot older, high school, say college, they kind of know what the situation is and what needs to be done. But how hard is it to keep kids that young kind of tuned into what's going on?
I think that was the biggest deal, was trying to make sure they were checked in and understood what the scope of it was. Because it was funny. When we went to play the first pool play game, they're used to playing tournament ball where pool play doesn't really matter. You're qualified. And to explain that to someone, we had a team meeting and explained it to them that this is not, if we lose this first game, we may not qualify. And it was an eye-opening experience for them. And that was probably the hardest thing, is getting them checked in. But, they were relaxed.
Let me ask you about that. And I had a little problem with it. It didn't used to be that. You have 8 teams there, am I right?
Yes.
With 2 different pools that come together for semifinals and finals. To me, it was absurd when I heard going into that last pool play game. Now, the right team ended up winning for y'all.
Right.
But if the other team had won, it comes down to run differential. where y'all had the absurdity of having to win a game by, what, 28 runs or something?
Jeez.
To have been in there because, not to
Well,
make light of 12-year-olds.
It was runs given
but
up.
There was one team there, we won't mention any names, it must have been terrible.
Yes.
That you had to beat that team by 20-something runs or it wasn't really a win.
Yeah.
I mean, do they need to rethink that? Or
They rethought it, and at the World Series they changed it.
Yeah.
So they corrected it. And I went to I went and met with the regional director, and I said, look at the situation you're putting us in. You know, Texas East has no incentive to score runs. If they scored, the situation was if Texas East scored more than 4 and lost, they were out.
Yeah.
If they scored less than 4 and lost, they were in, or they had to win.
Yeah.
So the Texas East guys had no incentive. They could have forfeited the game and moved forward.
Yeah.
I mean, particularly when you're talking about a 3-game pool play, it really would, to me, it would be more amazing not to have a tiebreaker come into play than it would not to.
Exactly.
I mean, because you're going to have a couple of 2-and-1s and a 0-3.
We talked about that, Hobbs and I, and he was educating me on this, and it's just, there's got to be a better system. There's got to be a better system than having to, score a lot of runs to win or give up a lot of runs. It just doesn't seem fair for 12 years.
When a team goes into a game knowing they need to win by 20-something, I'm
I
not sure what kind of sportsmanship that is promoting.
No.
I mean, you always say, no mercy rule
let's
today.
go all out.
We're going to play all 6 innings.
We got to get those runs. Scott Mesh, coach of the South Lake Charles Little League All-Stars. To Kevin's point of being, focused and your phrase of checked in, you've been around this group. You've been around South Lake Charles Little League. We all know about the process, if you will, the program. I mean, these guys you mentioned, they're experienced tournament ball. I would think it was business. They were there to win, right?
Yeah.
A little fun, at the hotel and all, playing in the pool, but when you get them out on the field, it's business.
Yeah, they were ready to win. Used to winning, wanted to win.
Yeah.
We had the privilege of a few of our kids hitting puberty and getting big.
Yeah.
And it made a huge difference. I mean, huge difference for us.
Yeah.
That is true. And it was a great experience, but we were definitely there for one reason. There's 13 kids that are upset today. Every time they turn on ESPN,
I bet.
They think they should be there.
Yeah.
There's no doubt in my mind we were the best team there. There's no doubt. We may not have been. We had the best players there. Let me put it that way. We weren't the best team. Texas East was the best team.
You lost to Texas East at some point. I can't remember the days. Right. You obviously have it imprinted on your brain. And then you get into that final matchup and you lose again to Texas East, and both of them were close games.
Yeah.
In your mind, and how you as a coach, how did you approach the second game against Texas East versus the first, and how did you change, or did you change anything?
We're really looking back. I mean, things I'd do a lot different, but we had Andrew Guillory on the mound for us, the guy that we wanted on the mound.
Right. Yeah.
First time all tournament, and I watched pretty much every game there, that the strike zone was as small as it was.
I noticed that too, because not only that, the thing was gargantuan most of that tournament.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm not saying it. He was consistent. I'll give him that, but it was noticeably different.
And they made a good adjustment. They took a lot of pitches. They didn't swing it. I was calling the pitches, and they didn't swing it a lot of first and second pitches. And that's just not that's not how we operate. We got guys that are up there swinging the bat.
Yeah.
We want to find that first fastball and hit it in the gap. And that's how we approached it. And it came back to bite us. But we hit, probably 7 balls really hard. But the most depressing thing was we gave up 5 runs with 2 outs. We should have been out of the first inning.
Yeah.
And I've watched the game twice already, and should have been out of the first inning.
Yeah.
He was not, John, the umpire behind the plate, did the best job he could do. He knew he was on TV. He was just as nervous as we were.
Yeah.
So, but it still doesn't matter. I felt like it was a different strike zone, like Scooter said.
Gritty performance.
What do you think? Let me get one other deal, and I guess because I'm thinking these are pretty much volunteer umpires too. What do you think about using the replay in these games?
Yeah,
to me,
I'm all for it.
Really, the only other place baseball has replay, other than home runs, I think in the SC, is in the major leagues. In the Little League, everything in between, you never see replay.
I mean, in our semifinal game, we had a 4-strike at bat that could have cost us the game.
Yeah.
you know. And the worst part for me was I wasn't made aware that he changed the count, and the umpire looked at me and said, I gave it 3 times. I said, where y'all making me sit? I can't see you, much less see your hands.
Right.
Because they had a spot for you to sit. You know, it's real strict as to everything you had to do, especially for TV. They want to be able to shoot you.
Exactly.
And, you know.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, big time.
A good run, gritty performance by the kids. You look like a natural on ESPN, man, with the uniform, the hat.
Too.
I mean, you were there. What's your future? Are you coming back to coach this team?
Done.
Done?
I'm done. One and done. My son's
You can hear it right here at Soundoff 60.
You know, I loved it, but I knew what I signed up for, and it was. I tell you what, it was stressful, and I look forward to other guys having that opportunity and going through the same thing I did.
It's a great program.
Yes, it is.
You did
a great job,
It takes a lot
man.
of time and
Really,
effort.
you did
So
a great
congratulations, Scott and Mesh.
job.
Southwest Sports and Rehab. If you need some help on your obliques, he's the man. Kevin,
he's the man.
talk to him in between commercials.
I'm good for now.
Scott, we appreciate you coming.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to the South Lake Charles
Thanks,
Little
man.
Leagues. We're back in about 2. Stay right here.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort, home of Sound Off 60, and Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our 2 stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
All right, mark this down. August 30th, Labor Day weekend, right here at LaBerge Casino Special Events Concert Center. It's Martina McBride, the concert superstar, is going to be here. You definitely want to get your tickets for Martina McBride early. She will sell out.
Sound like a tennis
No
player.
doubt about it.
Scooter, it does.
What's
Well,
that?
let me just say.
Sound like a communist tennis player.
Have any of you guys actually seen her in person?
I've not.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, beautiful.
Gorgeous.
Yeah, I bet you she's got good obliques too. We all know where the obliques
By the way,
are.
but you didn't ask him on there.
I know,
in case our beer, right here.
Right here.
It's up in here,
Right
you know.
here.
Yeah, it's
Right
up
here.
Nice. That's why
It's
you see
obliques.
breeze.
See, you can kind of pinch there. I can't.
Yeah, it's the oblique muscles
Don't be
right
pinching
here.
my obliques.
Yeah.
Don't be pinching me now.
Great
All
job,
right,
Dan. Good.
Stay away from my oblique.
Speaking of that, you know, Memorial Hospitals, our own South 60 Sports orthopedic surgeon,
Yes.
Dr. Brett Cassio, will
Dr.
come
Cassio.
on next week and talk about obliques, talk about hydration,
That's gonna
getting
be key.
kids in ready for training camp as we're all into it and for the season. We'll probably talk about the Tiger Woods back situation again because it flared up again. So Dr. Cassio will be on next week. And
That's a
that'll
good
be
time
fun
for us to have
segment
him
indeed.
on, yeah.
All right, so he's
Speaking
biting
of
at the
which,
bit. Let's
speaking
go
of
ahead and do
Tiger.
it. Huh?
Can I pronounce the era of Tiger is over?
You can.
You think?
You think it is? I mean, he'll win again. He may even win majors again.
Yeah.
But it's Rory's world now.
Roy's on
He's
fire,
tough.
man.
That's
telling
impressive.
He's on
Three straight wins.
And let me-
Two straight majors.
look,
That's unbelievable.
Let me, and I don't know, but I had a chance to see him in person play. He was at the Houston Shell
Houston
Open.
Open.
He was there. And guys, let me tell you, quiet guy, doesn't talk much to his partners, just real quiet. But what happened from Shell Open to now? I don't know. I mean,
He got rid of that tennis court.
Broke off the
I'm
marriage.
staying out of that. I'm
he
staying
wasn't
out of that.
playing.
I'm staying out of that, Scooter.
Last year he could blame it
staying
on
out of that.
changing clubs, but he also, started getting on the cover of People magazine with this tennis tournament. Ever since that breakup,
I don't know if he's serious
they're
or
all
not.
playing for second.
I don't know if he's serious or not,
He's
but
on
you
fire.
should be. Because
What?
I'm serious. I think that has played a role.
I'm serious.
I mean, he's a globetrotter with Caroline Wozniacki.
I don't think Roy's gonna let some female
doubt
affect
in
him
my
like
mind.
that. No, I don't believe
no
that.
doubt in my mind.
I don't believe that. No.
Now, if it
Baloney.
was some homegrown girl from
baloney.
Northern Ireland, maybe different.
I don't
but a
think
tennis
so.
star like Wozniacki traveling the
You
world.
really believe that?
Oh, no doubt in my mind.
I think Roy's way more focused than that. No,
He's a
I don't
young
buy
guy,
that.
23,
Scooter, you buy that?
24.
I don't buy it.
Oh,
no.
He's focused on
I
golf
don't buy it.
now. He's
Oh, he
focused
is.
on golf.
Oh, he's
And that
definitely
driver
was never the same.
Wow. That driver.
I don't know, guys. I don't know.
Now, look, Mickelson, Ricky Fowler.
Yeah.
I mean, top 5 in the last 5 majors.
I know.
4 majors.
Ricky's
That's
close, man.
impressive.
Ricky's
He's
close.
Ricky's
close.
And,
Let me
and
tell
give
you.
it to Mickelson for
And look-
coming back and not playing worth a snot all
Let me-
year
Yeah.
and getting in this thing and having a chance to win
Let
another
me just
major.
say this,
Great
guys.
tournament.
And I mean, I don't watch golf as much as you guys do because
Great
you guys
tournament.
watch all the time. You know what I was mostly impressed in? When he had to go like 245 over this pond, and he struck it like he was hitting a par 3.
Yeah, I know.
Come on now, that's impressive.
He's got
guys.
all the shots.
You got to go 245,
He's got
and
all
you
the
strike it like you shoot
You can't
a par
ignore
3.
this. I know the Golf Channel tried to make an issue out of it. I think Mickelson diffused it to a large degree of the darkness and having him hit into it. And then Rory McIlroy saying they were gentlemen for letting him hit the drive.
That was much ado about nothing.
I think so too.
Yeah.
In fact, I was coming home from Baton Rouge. I saw the last hole.
Yeah.
I mean, well, really half of the last hole.
I saw it on replay.
Yeah.
When I got home. But I was listening to it on my satellite radio, the Golf Channel on radio. And the people there were saying they were acting like that was rules officials that were making that call. That they were basically, the 4 of them were going to play the hole almost together.
Right.
But then apparently that wasn't the case. But I think it's much ado about nothing.
You're still going to make the shots.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah,
a
you
little
still
bit
have
of
to.
that watching and strategy.
You still have to.
I understand that. But if it would have hurt anybody, it would have been Rory.
Probably.
Because he gets...
Probably.
I mean, they had to, they had to make eagle on the last hole.
Right.
Now, of course, if Rory had hit it in the water, while they
Whole
still
different
hadn't
game.
hit their second
Whole
shot,
different
and then
game.
they know all they got to make is birdie.
That's right.
Maybe.
It works both
Of course,
ways.
he could have still made par even if he hit that
It
drive
works,
in the
it works
water.
both ways.
I'm
Anyway,
impressed with
great-
Roy.
I
Great
thought
tournament.
it was
Impressed
much
with
ado about nothing. though.
So he's saying that the Tiger Woods era is over, and to that degree,
No, it's Rory's world.
you may be right, but Woods
Roy's
will
on
still
fire,
be
man.
Woods will be relevant if he gets.
No, he
healthy.
will. He
He'll
will
be
be.
relevant.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
that's
no
when
doubt
Jack
about it.
Nicklaus, when he won that last Masters in 86,
45, wasn't he?
46,
46,
I think he
yeah.
was. But the Nicklaus era was over.
Yeah.
When he
He
won
just
that.
put on a great
So I'm not
show.
saying
Yeah.
Tiger will never win again.
Yeah.
He may
Yeah.
win a couple more
Yeah.
majors.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
hope he
not
does.
his era anymore.
I know we got to go this before we go break. Johnny Manziel makes his NFL debut in an exhibition game. Look, 7 of 11, 63 yards passing,
Yeah.
27 yards rushing. He slid a few times. He looked comfortable.
He did.
But it's preseason.
Yeah, it is.
It is preseason, but I
is.
tell you what, he still, I watched a good bit of that. He still has that it factor
Yeah.
when he
Yep.
plays.
Yeah.
I'm
Yep.
telling you.
You better
It
not
might-
get hit.
I know what you're saying.
Better
wouldn't-
not get hit.
I'm not
know what you-
convinced
that's
yet,
my point. You
but
better
I
not get
wouldn't,
hit.
I wouldn't rule out that he can't play in the NFL, not after watching that.
Well, he never said he couldn't.
A lot
he
of
never
people
said
do.
he couldn't.
I know you
But
didn't,
my point, but
a
my
lot
point
of
to the
people
factor
do.
is, Scooter, we never said he couldn't. No, we never said that. We said it's all about how he makes
he's used
adjustments
and how
to
he
what he
makes
does now
adjustments.
versus college.
Okay, yeah.
You've got to make adjustments now. You have to.
Okay.
Because it's a whole different
Oh,
speed level.
you
People
got-
will catch him if he starts running around.
I'm trying to tell you.
They'll
Rick.
catch him. The speed all over
Clowney,
the NFL.
how does
the
Clowney-
Saints
They
got
caught
too.
him in college.
Look,
They
yeah,
caught
Oh,
him in
exactly.
college.
I got. Yeah.
but you're looking at a guy that made a special on Clowney. How do you run a 4.47 and you 6'5", 6'6", and you 255? How do you run that?
Let's see.
That's crazy.
Before we go to break,
That is
I got
crazy.
the Saints schedule here.
How do
They
you
have
do that?
Cleveland in Cleveland. The Saints do. They'll face Manziel.
You cannot
bada
do
bing,
that.
Bada bing. On September 14th.
Really?
September 14th. The Saints at Cleveland. We're
Second
going.
game of the year.
Second
Hey,
game of the year.
stop the
Whoa.
lies, guys. The
He
lovely
should still
ladies
be
are coming
alive,
up next.
then.
Stay right here.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford, Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at L'Auberge Casino Resort.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our two stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the most wonderful time, yes, the most wonderful time of the year.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
What is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own. For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair, the comfort you've been wishing for.
Welcome back to Jack Daniels at
Yes.
L'Auberge. The lovely ladies of L'Auberge are here to try to stump the wise guys. It's back. We have the veteran Darby and the newbie, the rookie Macy,
Yes.
ready to try to
Glad to
stump
have you,
us.
Macy.
We are ready.
We are ready.
First
Can't
one
be
of the
done.
new broadcast year. Last week we took the girls off, so now they're back. Here we go.
All right.
Yes.
Darby's up first.
All right, time to get back into the NFL state of mind. Testing your memory by naming the top 5 players taken in the NFL draft back in May.
Oh, whoa, we got a little memory test.
Wow,
Clowney number
Clowney.
one. Clowney number one.
You had to receive a
Clowney number one. Blake Bortles winning the top 5 to Jacksonville.
Okay,
Some unnamed
the
guy. went to
offensive
St. Louis.
lineman from Auburn,
Robinson.
And the receiver, what's the receiver name? The
Give
receiver.
me a team. Give me a college team.
Oh, goodness, Rick. He went in the top 5. I can't think of the kid's name.
Watkins.
Was it him?
Clemson went up
Clemson,
north.
Sam
Yes,
Either
yes, that's him, Rick. That's him.
Pittsburgh or Buffalo,
That's him.
but we
That's
don't
him.
need the teams. We just need the players.
Yeah, that's him.
That's
You know
about
his first
4.
name?
Sammy,
I don't
Sammy
know.
Watkins.
Sammy Watkins.
Come
I
on,
knew it.
Hobbs,
I
you're
knew
number
it.
5.
So we got 4. We got Watkins,
We got 4. We need one more.
Robinson,
Clowney, Bortles.
Bortles, 5.
The top 5 picks in the NFL draft. It's terrible we don't know
But
that.
I know it. I
Give
mean,
us a
we
hint.
know
What
it.
team
Give us
did
a hint.
the last one go
Team
to?
with 2.
Oakland.
Oakland.
Running
back.
Jamarcus Russell.
No.
He was
a running
redrafted.
I think it's a running back.
We're
Is it a
losing
running
time.
back?
We
Is
might
it a
be
running back?
stumped
No
on this
running
one.
back
No
went
running
in the
back was
first
taken.
round.
We might be stumped on this one.
Probably was a DB.
Who was it?
I'm going to feel bad if it was a DB.
Oh,
DB.
Khalil Mack.
Okay.
The linebacker out of somewhere.
All right,
Yeah.
defensive guy. I
All
should
right,
have
it's a
known
mini
that.
stump.
I should have known
Good.
that.
All
Defensive
right,
4
guy.
out of 5 isn't bad.
That isn't bad at all.
That's-
I should have
that's a
known that.
tough
That was a
one.
defensive guy.
All right, name the 7 new NFL head coaches starting with new teams.
Scooter's
my
got this. Scooter's got this. Come on, Scooter. Reel
All
him
right,
off.
come on, we got
Come on,
this.
Scooter,
All
reel 'em off.
Oh, yeah, right.
You're waving already? Come on, man. Lovie Smith.
Lovie Smith.
Lovie Smith, Tampa Bay.
Okay.
Cleveland's got a new guy. Patine, Mike something. He's a defensive guy.
Houston's got a new guy.
O'Brien from Penn State.
Okay.
That's 3. Keep track. Come on, Hobbs.
Let's go with
Wizen Hunt. Finally got a job. Great coach. Going somewhere. Don't have to get the team. We just need the name.
Jacksonville?
No, he went to, I think it was Tennessee. Wizen Hunt.
How about
That's 4, right?
Yeah.
We need 3 more. Smith, Wizen Hunt, O'Brien, Patine. The guy you played with in the Storm.
You're talking about Jay Gruden.
Jay Gruden.
Jay, played with Jay. How did I not know that?
I think it's the Redskins. John Gruden's brother.
Yes, John Gruden's
That's
brother.
5.
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah. That's 5.
I'm surprised he's not coaching his brother. I mean, wouldn't want you as an assistant? That's kind of.
I'm drawing a complete blank now.
I can't either, Rick.
I couldn't even tell you how many there were.
Minnesota and Detroit. I don't know who they are, though, but those are the 2.
The guy from Cincinnati, Zimmer, the defensive guy. I think he went to one of them.
Okay.
Minnesota.
You pay attention to the NFL
Yeah.
a lot more than I do.
Detroit. What's the last
Mark
name of the
Anderson.
coach? I'm cheating now. Well, I should give it to me.
Initials or JC?
JC. JC Harper.
I was going to say. Boy, he would like that.
We're losing time.
Jim Caldwell.
We got to go.
John Curtis.
I don't know.
Jim Caldwell.
We're getting stumped.
Here we go. All right.
Macy.
God.
Who was it?
Five defensive starters left the New Orleans Saints after being released or signed as a free agent elsewhere.
Oh,
Name the 5 Saints defenders no longer in the black and gold.
Will Smith.
Yeah.
Harper.
All second. I was his whole secondary.
Jacoby Greer.
The wide receiver.
No, defensive guy.
Oh, defensive.
Jonathan Vilma.
The whole secondary. Just said the whole secondary.
And Jenkins, Malcolm Jenkins.
The whole secondary, okay?
Well,
just say the whole secondary.
Last one. We got time. Bonus question.
Great job. Here we go.
Bonus question. The Washington Redskins are once again entangled in a national controversy over the mascot named Redskins. Before moving to Washington, D.C., where was the team based and what was the original name?
Come on, Scooter. The Washington Generals. I have no idea.
Before they came.
I have no idea.
It's on the East Coast. I don't know. Philadelphia.
I have no idea.
Boston.
No, it's probably one of those small towns that used to have a team like Canton or.
I don't know, man. But we're running out of time.
I have no idea.
We're going to get stumped on this one. We could probably get it if we had 2 minutes.
Help us.
Who is
The team was centered in Boston and called the Braves.
The Boston Braves. The Boston Braves.
No, we wouldn't have gotten
that.
We
appreciate it. Darby,
great job.
we'll have you back when we have more time.
Thanks,
they went from Braves to
Redskins.
Redskins.
I promise,
maybe they should have stayed.
because I love this subject, we're going to talk about the Washington Redskins and the whole mascot name.
Yeah, that is.
We're going to talk. I know y'all hate to talk about it, but
No. I think that's a good topic to talk about. We can.
I think we're out of time. Are we not?
Can't.
We'll see you next time, everybody. Have a great sports week.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LaBerge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 60 Monday through Sunday nights, 9 p.m. and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Sound Off 60 also airs throughout the week on Communicom Cable Channel 6 at 9 p.m. across Southwest Louisiana. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the boys and access our website links at soundoff60.com.